بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين لا سيما بقية الله في الأراضين اللهم أخرجني من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمني بنور الفهم اللهم افتح علينا أبواب رحمتك وانشر علينا خزائن علومك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. Chapter 14 of the 10th section is about speed. الفصل الرابع عشر في السرعة والبطء. About being fast or slow. He says, if you want to get an idea about speed, it means that we have, for example, two motions. If one of them in a shorter time makes the same distance, means this is faster. In a shorter time, makes the same distance. Or in the same time, makes a longer distance. Distance can be those four categories or even Johar. Yeah, you remember, Masafa is not just in a space. Yeah, but easiest thing is in a space. For example, two cars, in 1 hour, one of them goes 100 kilometers, another goes 120 kilometers, so the second is faster. Or two cars, one of them needs 1 hour to go 100 kilometers, another needs 40 minutes. So either same time, longer distance, or same distance, shorter time. This is meaning of speed. إذا فرضنا حركتين, if we suppose two motions, واعتبرنا النسبة بينهما, and consider the relation between the two. فَإِن تَسَاوَتَا زَمَانًا, if they are equal in time, فَأَكْثَرُهُمَا قَطْعًا لِلْمَسَافَةِ أَسْرَعُهُمَا, the one who is making more journey, more masafa, okay, قَطْعُ الْمَسَافَةِ means to travel. The one who makes more journey in distance is faster, أسرعهما. Or if you keep the distance the same, and تساوتا مسافتان فأقلهما زمانا أسرع, the one who takes shorter, less time, is faster. So we can say speed is this: السرعة قطع مسافة كثيرة في زمان قليل. Speed is to make a longer journey in a short time. والبطء خلافه, and to be slow is opposite to that. You go less in the same time, or you go the same in longer time. Yeah. Some people among mutakallimun had the idea that when something is slow, it's like it has many stops. For example, imagine if a person is walking constantly, another person walks fewer steps and stops, then fewer steps and stops. Which one takes longer? The second one. Why? Because it stops. So some people thought to be slow means you have lots of gaps and stops. But he says no, speed is not this. It can be one continuous haraka without a stop, but still slower. Like one person is walking non-stop, one is running non-stop. It doesn't need to be all. Yes, I accept that sometimes it can be a stop and there will be different motions, not one motion. But we are talking about one motion. is slower than another motion. Is one continuous motion slower than this is a speed. Yeah. So you can have two continuous motions, but one of them faster. قالوا إن البطء ليس بتخلل السكون. Philosophers refuting the idea of some mutakallimin have said, truly both to be slow is not by stops occurring inside haraka. Takhallul means to go inside something, penetrate. Takhallul, like for example, water goes inside soil. This is called takhallul. Khulal, and So philosophers have said sukun is not because lots of stops go inside haraka. So haraka is divided. بأن تكون الحركة كلما كان تخلل السكون فيها أكثر كانت أبطأ. In the sense that whenever we have more stops, it becomes slower. وكلما كان أقل, and when we have less تخلل of stops, كانت أسرع. Motion becomes faster. وذلك لاتصال الحركة, and this is because haraka is continuous. بامتزاج القوة والفعل فيها, because in haraka we have constantly mixture of قوة and fi'l, and this is gradual, not stop and start, stop and start. فلا سبيل إلى تخلل السكون فيها, there is no way for sukun to get into haraka. If sukun gets, then it becomes two haraka. Like line, we said in line we don't have a stop, in time we don't have moment, in haraka we don't have a stop. Yeah, if you have a stop, means haraka starts after that. So it's not one haraka, it has become two haraka. Okay, this is what philosophers have said and Allama accepts. But then he says they have said something else that he disagrees. And that is to suppose that haraka, which is sari, and haraka, which is slow, are mutadad. If you remember, we said taqabul has four types. Either they are tadad, or tanaqud, or tadayuf, or al-adamu wal-malaka. You remember? Tadad was amran wujudiyan. Yes. Pardon? No. Yeah, I leave early, but I make it shorter. Faster. Yes. Yes. But this was takhallul sukun. So the okay. Okay. So we use this as example to help in understanding. So some people have said the relation between sur'ah and both is tadad. And tadad is amran wujudiyan baynahuma qayatul khilaf. Two existential things that they have maximum contrast, like black and white. Allama says between sur'ah and both, between fast and slow, there is no maximum contrast, because you can always imagine something faster or more slow. Plus, these are relative things. Something which is fast compared to something else can be slow. Yeah? For example, we walk faster than ants. Yeah? But horse can go faster than us. So it's relative. Nisbi is relative. قالوا إن السرعة والبطء متقابلان. They have said fast, to be fast and slow, are متقابلان تقابل التضاد. What type of تقابل? From 4 types. تضاد. They are opposite to each other, but from the type of ضدان. ذلك لأنهما وجوديان. They said because these are existential and they cannot be anything else. When they are existential, they cannot be tanaquz, because tanaquz is always wujud and adam. Also, they cannot be adam and malaka, because adam malaka is also wujud and adam. It's not also tadayuf, because tadayuf, both of them should exist together. You know, if you have fawq, you should have taht. But you can have sari and not bati. Only one of them can exist. So he says, they have said this is tadad because لأنهما وجوديان, because these are both existential. So their contrast or opposition is not tanaqud, it's not contradiction, it's not adam wal malaka. You remember adam wal malaka? It means adam, like for example, a'ma and basir. وَلَيْسَ بِالْمُتَضَايِفَيْن. Why? Although mutazayifain are wujudiyan, but mutazayifain, both of them always should exist. وَإِلَّا, if they were mutazayifain, كُلَّمَا ثَبَتَ أَحَدُهُمَا ثَبَتَ الْآخَرِ. Whenever one of them exists, the other one should exist. Because mutazayifain, not only in their understanding, but in existence, they should be together. Fawq needs taht. Taht needs fawq. وَلَيْسَ كَذَلِكَ, but sur'a and both are not like this. فَلَمْ يَبْغَ إِلَّا أَنْ يَكُونَا مُتَضَادَّيْن. So no choice remains unless that we say these are mutadad. They cannot be tanaquz, they cannot be adam malaka, because they are not wujudiyan. Those which are wujudiyan are only tadad and tadayuf. This cannot be tadayuf, so must be tadad. وَهُوَ الْمَطْلُوبُ. But Allama here disagrees. He says, إِنَّ مِنْ شَرْطِ الْمُتَضَادَّيْنِ أَنْ تَكُونَ بَيْنَهُمَا غَايَةُ الْخِلَافِ. The condition for tadad is that they must have maximum difference, maximum contrast, like black and white. Okay? But لَيْسَتْ بِمُتَحَقِّقَ بَيْنَ السُّرْعَةِ وَالْبُطْءِ. But maximum khilaf is not conceivable in being fast and slow. Why? Because you can always understand or suppose something faster or more slow. Yeah? إِزْمَا مِنْ سَرِيعٍ إِلَّا وَيُمْكِنْ أَنْ يُفْرَضْ مَا هُوَ أَسْرَعُ مِنْ. Because there is nothing fast unless we can imagine something which is faster. كَذَا مَا مِنْ بُطْءٍ إِلَّا وَيُمْكِنْ أَنْ يُفْرَضْ مَا هُوَ أَبْتَأُ مِنْ. There is no slow unless we can understand that there is possibility of something being more slow. Okay? وَالْحَقُّ. So if you ask Allah, then what is your opinion? He says these are relative, nisbi. These are relative. It means it's a matter of comparison. It's a comparative issue. Relative means comparative. With which you are comparing. Sometimes, as I said, something can be fast if you compare it with something more slow. But it can be slow when you compare it with something fast. Yeah, like when we move, compared to horse is the slow. But compared to ant is fast. وَالْحَقُّ إِنَّ السُّرْعَةَ وَالْبُطْءَ وَصْفَانِ إِضَافِيَّانِ. These are two relative attributes. فَالسُّرْعَةُ. So it's not really existential. You know, if you don't compare, can you say it's fast? It's not real. It's just a matter of comparison. What is real is that this is moving with this quality. But to say it's fast, needs comparison. أن السرعة والبطء وصفان إضافيان فسرعة حركة بالنسبة إلى أخرى بطء بأينها بالنسبة إلى الثالثة. To be fast for one motion, when we compare it, you compare A to B and you say A is fast. But if you compare A with C, maybe you say it's slow. كذلك الأمر في البطء والسرعة بمعنى الجريان والسيلان خاصة لمطلق الحركة. Also, if you just use them in the sense of fluidity, to be fluid. Okay, this is also not one of those taqabul. And you can say it's more fluid. Okay, but it's not taqabul. فيحدث بإضافة بعضها إلى بعض السرعة والبطء الإضافيان. You say this is more fluid compared to something else. So it's not real, it's nisbi, it's relative. Okay, I read quickly also the next chapter because it's very short. الفصل الخامس عشر في السكون. It's about sukun, to be idle, to be not moving. He says يطلق السكون على خلو الجسم من الحركة قبلها أو بعدها. Sukun is a concept which is used when just a physical object is empty from haraka, either before haraka starts or after haraka stops. You have two stops, mabda and muntaha. Yeah? We have sukun and then haraka starts, or we have haraka and haraka ends and then there is sukun. Okay, so you have a stop before haraka and you have a stop after haraka. Sometimes sukun is used in another sense, not as beginning or end of haraka. Sometimes when something is in a fixed position, we say it is sakin, it's idle. So it's not a stop of haraka, it's just not to be changing. وعلى ثبات الجسم على حاله التي هو عليها. Sometimes when something is in a permanent, in a fixed situation, a stable situation, we say it is sakin. But the one which suits the discussion about haraka is the first one. The second one is not about haraka. Yes. It's end of it. We said last session that end of haraka and beginning of haraka are not part of haraka. These are limits.
But when you say this sentence, and it's sometimes in a different sense, apart from those two, then...
So we use sukun in two ways. One is as the condition before haraka or the condition after haraka. Sometimes sukun means to be fixed. There is no haraka. For example, this book, it is sakin. There is no movement. But when I am moving my hand, the point from where haraka started, that point was sukun. When it ends, it's sukun. So sukun is sometimes beginning or end of haraka. Sometimes it's just to be fixed, to be static. الذي يقابل الحركة هو المعنى الأول. Sukun, which is opposite to haraka, to be idle. Maybe in English, a stop is better. A stationary, does it show that it was with haraka or no? So we need two types of concepts. One, something which is only for being static. One for a stop of haraka, before or after. Maybe there is no term separately. Here also in Arabic, it's used for both meanings. So الذي يقابل الحركة هو المعنى الأول. The sukun which is opposite to haraka is the first one, which is beginning of haraka or after haraka ends. But the second meaning, to be fixed, is lazimuhu. It's an outcome of that, because when it stops, or when it was stopped before it moved, it was in a static condition. وَهُوَ مَعْنًا عَدَمِيٌّ. It's a negational concept. Sukun is not existential concept, because sukun means عدم الحركة, عدم التغيير. بمعنى انعدام الصفة عن موضوع قابل هو الجسم. So sukun here means lacking of the quality of motion in a subject which admits haraka, which is jism. For angels, we don't use the concept of sukun because they have no haraka. Mujarradat. Yeah? So you don't say, even for example in this wall, for example, you don't say this wall is sakin. You can say this person is sakin, this car is sakin, because they can move. When something can move and doesn't move, we say it is sakin. But when something cannot move at all, like mujarradat, which have no motion, so we don't say sukun. Okay? Yeah, because angels also, according to philosophers, are mujarrad, so they don't have change. At least some of them. فَيَكُونُ هُوَ. So sukun is عَدَمُ الْحَرَكَةِ, but أَمَّا مِنْ شَأْنِهِ أَنْ يَتَحَرَّكَ. We negate it from something that can move. If something can move and doesn't move, we say sukun. Like to be blind was not to see in a place that can see. If a person does not see, we say it's blind. But a stone or rock, we don't say it's blind, because they cannot see. It was Adamu Malake. So this also becomes like Adamu Malake. فَالتَّغَابُلْ بَيْنَهُ وَبَيْنَ الْحَرَكَةِ. The contrast, the opposition between sukun and haraka is تَغَابُلُ الْعَدَمِ وَالْمَلَكَةِ. Sukun is عَدَمُ الْحَرَكَةِ, but في موضوع من شأنه أن يتصف بالحركة. Sukun is lacking haraka in a subject that can have haraka. ولا يكاد يخلو عن الحركة جسم أو أمر جسماني. No physical object or anything which is related to physical objects can be free from haraka, because they have all substantial change. The only thing that we can see in this physical world which has no haraka is when something happens at once. It's ani, like hitting the wall or separation from wall. When with my hand I hit the wall, this journey is haraka, but hitting itself happens at once. It's ani, because it happens in moments. And separation is the same. So, لا يخلو عن الحركة جسم أو أمر جسماني. No physical object and nothing which is a property of physical objects can be free from haraka. إلا ما كان آنيا. Unless something which is momentary. You remember an and ani? An is moment, ani what happens in moment. كالوصول إلى حد المسافة, like reaching the limit of distance. Or انفصال شيء من شيء, separation of something from another thing happens also in moment. Or حدوث الأشكال الهندسية. When you draw a triangle, it takes some time But when it's completed, it doesn't take time. Yeah, it's end of your drawing. ونحو ذلك. So sukun, which is opposite to haraka, is adamul malaka, because it is used for something that can move. If it doesn't move, it's sakin. And in this world, every physical world, corporeal world, everything is somehow in motion, especially according to harakat al-Jawhari. The only thing which is not involving motion are those things that happen at once, like heating, connecting, or separating. Okay, inshallah, in the next session, we discuss types of haraka, types of motion. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin.